lay in the bed as the sun shines softly across my face. I open my eyes and smile as I enjoy the warm embraces. My body leaves the warmth of the covers, not expecting what the day may bring. My mind wanders, feet walk across the cold hard floor. Reach out my hand to open the door. Slip out my clothes, hop in the shower, enjoy the water massage. Feels like it's been an hour. Step out, Terry Croft Road, wipe off the mirror. Ugh, my hair's a mess. Gotta get it together. Yeah, now I'm finally dressed. So I step out the door to embrace the unknown. You gotta get up, get out and get something. Yeah. You've been blessed with another day that your eyes have opened. All right. Take advantage of this moment. Yes. A new day, one you've never seen before. Granted with new mercies and opportunities galore is in store, but you must seize the moment. Carpe diem.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Spirit of a Woman Talk Show. It is good to see everyone in the building today. It is your girl, Miss JL Diamond. I know it's been a minute, but I'm back like I never left. And first off, we're going to say I don't even want to say happy Veterans Day, but we celebrate the veterans today and those who served and acknowledge those who have gone on and those who are still here. And so today is a special episode. It is Spirit of a Woman presents Spirit of a Man. Now, as many of you know, the Spirit of a Woman book was written about 3 years ago, where I had stories of other women and poetry where they expressed things that were going on in their life that they wanted to share to help someone else's journey. I turned that book into Spirit of a Woman Talk Show. But it has been on my heart to also bring the other side to the conversation, because it's just as important to hear from the male perspective certain conversations, especially when we talk about health-related concerns. So today we have an amazing and powerful conversation with Thomas Smith, ladies and gentlemen. Round of applause. I got to give me some effects so that I can play the round of applause while I'm in my fake studio session. But I hope everyone is doing well. Happy Tuesday. Glad to see y'all on in here. As y'all come in the room, tell me what's up. Hi, Auntie Rita. How you doing? Sister Denise? Good to see y'all. Yes, Sister Denise said, Happy Veterans Day. Okay. Oh, wait, that was the wrong one. There we go. Happy Veterans Day. Thank you for your service. So yes, we appreciate all of the well wishes today, especially what was going on. But you know what? I don't want to hold up this conversation any longer, okay? Because I know what the people came to do. They came to see the vet. So without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, continue to show your love in the chat. Say hello as I bring on the man of the hour, Mr. Thomas Smith. You got a lot going on in your back. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I am sitting with Mr. Thomas E. Smith. The E is for Eugene, okay? And only his close homies call him that, all right? So today how you doing, Brother Smith? Say hello to the people.
I'm just fine. Hello, everyone.
Let me know that y'all can hear us. Let us know that our levels are good, because we want to make sure that you guys can hear this whole conversation as we get into it. Okay? What we got? All right. We got Sister Rita that said, Happy Veterans Day, Brother Smith.
Thank you.
Oh, We got the pastor, Reverend Allen. He said, "I'm getting you, so clap a flex." Yes, I need some. A blessed Veterans Day to all who serve. Thank you, Mr. Thomas. Absolutely. Shonda, happy Veterans Day. Okay, everybody is just out here showing love. So I love that we're gonna have an interactive episode. Make sure to click like, share, and subscribe if you're on my YouTube or on my Facebook. All right, so let us get into it. First things first, please tell the people who you are, what you do, and since you're a veteran, what part of the branch did you serve?
Well, my name is Thomas E. Smith. It's Eugene, it's what the E is for. I served in the Marine Corps for 6 years, 4 years active and 2 years inactive. Then I got out. I got a couple of jobs that I didn't particularly care for. I didn't want to be a cop because that seemed like the only way I was heading because I didn't have any other skills. In the Marine Corps, you know, they teach you how to shoot. And I was in the military police in the Marine Corps. So a lot of guys I worked with in the Marine Corps joined the tactical police force in New York because they had just started. But I didn't want to be a city cop. But I did apply for the job and passed. But when they called me when I was supposed to come, they laid off 3,000 cops. So that was out for me. And I waited to the last year because they hired 29 in the police department. But if you've been in the military, they'll give you 4 years. So I waited till I was 33 to apply for the job. So once they laid off everyone, I was out of the picture. So I ended up working for the state of New York, being a police officer. Was a good job. Wasn't one I particularly wanted, but it was a very good job. It pays the bills now.
Okay, so how old were you when you went into the Marine Corps?
18.
18,
18
fresh
years
out.
old.
What made you decide that fresh out at 18, I'm going straight to the Marine Corps?
Well, I grew up 116th Street. I was born in Harlem Hospital.
Harlem? Any Harlemites in the building?
I grew up 116th Street between 5th and Lenox Avenue. Not a bad place now. I assure you, I could do that again. But as I got older, it became boring. It was nothing, you know. I had a piece of job. I didn't at the time the people would cheat me. And I was bored with what we was doing. I was working, come home, sit on the stoop with the boys, and that was it. And I knew there was more to this world than sitting on the stoop on 116th Street. So I said, the only way out, join the military. I didn't mind taking orders. I took it from my grandmother all my life. Taking orders.
I was just about to say, a lot of people don't want to go to the military because they have to take orders. Now, you got a bit of some people might not know, but you got a bit of a stubborn streak. Did that show up anywhere in the military?
Sometimes. Sometimes, like, there's lots of things that you have to agree to. When you sign, raise your hand and say, you will, I do, you got to accept a lot of their rules and regulations. But there are things that, are out of bounds. And you can correct them if you're willing to, and then some people take it wrong. And then they want to punish you for correcting them, even though they're wrong. We got a president like that now.
I'm not trying to get pulled off the internet. All right. So you give me like one memorable experience, something that stands out to you from your military days, whether it was you meeting friends that were lifelong friends or just a funny situation that you had no business doing out there. Anything you want to share?
I have some lifelong friends that I know we were all 18 years old, and most of them I met in the Philippines, and we're still friends today. Most of them live in Philadelphia. One lives in Virginia. I do believe I have one here. I say I do believe. I mean, I haven't seen him in 25 years, but I believe if we see each other, we still friends.
Everybody got friends like that. You don't see them speak to them for 20 years. Second y'all get together, it's like y'all never left. But you said something. You said you had friends from the Philippines, which now I want to know. Where did you go, and what was probably one of your favorite places overseas that you've been to being in the military?
Well, I was stationed in Luzon, Republic of the Philippines. I was stationed 24 miles by land from Manila, 7 miles by boat to Manila. And the area now is very populated, but it was a naval air station, and we were the security for the installation. Uh, Manila, Pampanga, a lot of places in the Philippines. A lot of people are not aware that the Philippines consists of 7,200 and something different islands. And everybody's familiar with Manila, but Manila is just a small section. You have people in the Philippines don't know who the president is and don't care who he is. They have 90-something different dialects. You know, some people in some town 4 or 5 miles away don't understand people in another town.
Sounds like in America, where some people talk in slang and some people don't even understand the language that we speak because they say we must be talking a different language as young folks.
Now you must understand, that was 60-something years ago.
Oh, you willing to tell your age? Wait, before we even give up his age, I want y'all to put in the chat. I got a Spirit of a Woman hoodie giveaway for somebody that can guess Brother Smitty's age. We're not going to disclose his age until the end. But go ahead, 60-something years ago.
Things have changed somewhat because I've seen on YouTube, I've seen Manila look totally different how when I was there. They have high-rise buildings. When I was there, the only tallest building I saw was the Manila Hotel. The rest of it was, you know, it's really a lot of poor people there, a lot of really poor people there. So. But I won't trade that experience for anything.
That's what's up. So we want to shout out once again. Everybody is in here. We have Uncle Langston. Happy Veterans Day, fellow vet from one to the other. We have thank you for your service, Smitty. Okay, from Sister Michelle.
You're more than welcome.
Okay, we have Sister Anita. Happy Veterans Day. And anybody that's in the chat, if you ever thought about going to the military but didn't, let me see you put it in the chat. I want to know how many people almost made it. Because some people don't know, I was thinking about going into the military, and there was only one branch that I was willing to go in. Could any of y'all guess what the branch would have been? I'm going to give y'all 3 minutes to figure it out while we move on to the conversation. And I want to see if anybody could get, they trying to guess the age. All right, we got 84, 83. Now, if y'all already know his age, I'm not going to acknowledge the answer. Okay, so... if you know the answer, don't answer it. Yes. So I was gonna go into the Air Force. Oh, Cheryl said it too. How y'all know that I would have wanted to go into the Air Force? But yes, I would have done the Air Force. Do you think the Air Force would have been a good suggestion for a person like me?
My personal opinion. I love the Marine Corps. Don't get me wrong.
Okay.
Air Force is a better place.
I should
I have a grandson mad at me. He's in the Marine Corps right now. And I try to encourage him to go in the Air Force, not to go in the Marine Corps. The Marine Corps is, how would I say? The Marine Corps is tradition. They're about tradition. They believe in fighting. They want to hit the ground and beat everybody. The Air Force is a technical unit. The Air Force is all about technology, all about the Marine Corps is about shooting, killing, flipping. You know, you can't use that after you get out of the Marine Corps unless you.
I mean, if you live in Brooklyn, you could use it. I'm pretty sure you done used it a couple times.
Unless unless you're a police officer, something like those skills are good. That's what happened to me when I got out. I didn't have any skills really. I could shoot. I wouldn't miss you if I shot at you. But what good is that going to do me?
What was your favorite gun?
M1.
M1. Okay. M1. Any people that know about guns, know about the M1. I only know about the P39, but
the M1, they changed to the M14, to the M14, to the M15. But those rapid fire weapons, the M1 could shoot a long distance, where those weapons are mostly good close combat. Now M15 can shoot 500-600 yards, but M1 could shoot about 700 to 800.
Wow. Okay, but just to be clear, did you have to go into any combat?
Negative.
Okay, good. Thank God. You know, we appreciate that you was willing to stand up, but we really don't want you out there. We hoping that we are not having to go to war anytime soon for anybody that's currently soldiers in the army of the U.S.
The only situation
for y'all.
I was in the Cuban conflict. I was in Guantanamo Bay waiting for Castro to take over. He had good sense. He didn't come, and I got out of there unscathed and went to Jamaica for R&R.
Yeah. Oh my good, that's history. I didn't know that. That's something I just learned. So you was in Guantanamo Bay for Fidel Castro?
Yes.
Wow.
My unit was pulled out. We responded. Second Marine Division is a rapid response unit. There's like the 82nd Airborne, 101st Airborne. Those are all rapid responses. So we call when Castro said he was going to take Guantanamo back, we all responded to the base.
Wow. Well, this is why I would have stuck to the Air Force. Ain't no way I'm going up there to go check out Fidel Castro. But okay, so you had the military experience, and now you're coming from such a vast and broad experience back to the States and 9-to-5 job. What was that transition like? What was that experience like?
It was boring. I was getting cheated. Didn't know it at the time till me and a couple of guys said, let's get a union. And when we went to the union, I worked for this Italian company. We made lamps called the company name was Ben Rose Lamps. They imported lamps from Italy. All they did, we touched them up and wired them and stuff like that, but they were already made. They came in large crates. But when the union people, first we went to the union, and we went to 37, I think this counts 30, and they told us we were in the wrong place. We were supposed to go to an electrical unit, but they said they'll check it out. So when they did respond a few days later, all kind of commotion went on in the shop, and one kid who was the shop steward came running in the back, and he reached under the radio. In them days we had the clock radios.
We got clock radio. Yeah.
He reached under the clock radio and ran back in the showroom, and we all in the back. We wondering what's going on. Come to find out, when they checked out, we were supposed to work a 37-hour week, and we was working a half a day Saturday, every Saturday. So we was working an extra day, and we weren't getting paid for it. We were supposed to get $120-something a piece, and they were paying us like $90-something. Now, the Italian guy we thought was really a nice fella, because he used to buy us coffee and donuts and stuff for breaks. But when we realized that money was our money, he was spending on us.
Oh!
That he was so nice.
How you gonna give me a gift with my money? That's crazy.
That's part of growing up. You learn, you can't trust everyone.
Yes, young people, this is a message to y'all as y'all going into the workforce. Check your pay stub. Don't assume they automatically calculating y'all money right. We're not using clock radios now, but they're giving us electronic and digital. Make sure you check the pay stubs, all right?
That's a long story. That was a family shop. They had a two brothers, and a brother-in-law. The brother-in-law was a shop student. The one brother was he ran the shop, and the other brother took care of the showroom. And they had a game going on. They had.
Listen, back then you had to get in where you fit in. So Italian, it could go either way back then if you're dealing with the Italian.
And every morning, it got smell sweet. They had Monahan shirts and all kind of foolishness. He buys coffee and donuts. He bought us in the morning and the afternoon.
Oh, he was spending all the money. Okay.
But he was ripping us off.
Well, I'm glad that y'all got a union together and y'all was able to.
They paid us back pay, but it was one kid there. And all I remember, his name was William. Mm-hmm. And he had been working for those people for about 10 years. With me, I had only been there like 2.5. So the money he had to give me was nothing like what they had to give this kid.
Wow.
But just to think these people were grinning in his face every day and robbing him. Oh.
It's a cold world out there. It's a cold world. But can I just say, okay, so we're gonna go to the conversation about your age, because I want to make a comment, but I want to see if anybody got your age. So we have 77. Ms. Deborah Barrett said 77. Cheryl said 85. Francine said 84. Can you please tell the people your age?
I'm 83 years old.
83 years old. Who got 83? Rita got 83 years old. Now, the reason I wanted to say that, because as you were hearing this young man recount what happened, his memory is so on point. I'm like, I appreciate you. Like the fact that you are keeping your health together, that you can have your memory intact. That is a big deal.
I've been fortunate.
So what was it like? Was somebody growing up that took care of your health as you were a young man and going into middle age in your 30s and 40s? Were you someone that was always in with your health?
I ended up working at a medical university, and that exposed me to a lot of doctors. I knew a lot of doctors by first name. We knew each other, see each other every day. I roam the halls and I write people up for stealing and want to lock them up. But we came real friendly with another doctor. He was practical. He was a practical doctor. He was not a surgeon. His name was DeRose, Joseph D. DeRose. He was a very good doctor. He was a graduate of Downstate University, but he became one of the senior doctors in the facility. He taught the young doctors. He trained them, and he knew his stuff. He knew who was the best in every field. And you dealt with him when he sent you to someone, they were number uno. And he tell them they ain't going to charge you because I'm sending you there.
So you already knew his reputation and decided to befriend him, or he was just a cool doctor?
No, I didn't.
Just got cool.
I didn't know. You'll be surprised when I say this. Who directed me to? A fellow named Pepe.
Oh, now for those of you who know, you know that Pepe is my brother's father and my mama's first husband. Mm-hmm. Yes. And so him and Pepe worked at the same institution and became friends.
Pepe told me he's the best. So I started going to him, and sure enough, he's the best.
Wow.
And all other doctors that he sent me to would say the same thing. He's the best.
Okay.
And he did some things for me that I could never forget. He used to say to me, I used to go to him regularly. Anything, if I had a cough or whatever, I didn't go to his office, his private office. I went to him in his office in the hospital. I knew his routine, so I could hit him before he started working. Once I did pre-shift and I was assigned to wherever I was going, my first stop, if something was wrong with me, was to DeRose's office. And I catch him, because he come every morning to check all his patients and stuff like that. Then he goes down to his office. Now, he doesn't see other patients coming from outside till maybe 9, 10 o'clock. But I catch him like 7:30 in the morning. Okay. And whatever I need, he would prescribe for me and tell me to do whatever. And that was it. Until I retired, then I started going to his office, or his private office. And he was always on point. Whatever I needed, even if a friend of mine needed something, he would say, I'll take him. He said, send him to me, send him to me. I'd tell my friend, go see DeRose, and he would take him. And he wouldn't be charging you a whole lot of money either. But one incident with me, he used to say to me that the numbers are not jiving.
Wait. We're not going to get there because you're about to go ahead of me?
I don't know.
I don't want you.
I don't know.
All right, I want you to go ahead of me. So before you get to that part of the conversation, because I know where that's going, You say you go to Dr. DeRosa or DeRose?
DeRose.
DeRose. So would you say that you were pretty proactive in your health, or it just sounded like you were proactive, or you were like if you felt something, you was going?
Always have been.
Okay.
I have no fear of the doctor.
Okay. So do you understand? Can you tell us or give us some insight on why a lot of men, or maybe it's a stereotype that a lot of men struggle with going to the doctor? Is that a stereotype you think? Do you think from what you know, men usually don't have a problem? We just say that, or do you think there's some truth to that?
All my friends don't have a problem.
Okay.
They don't have a problem, and I can't speak for everyone. I've never feared the doctor.
Okay.
No.
So what happened when you were going to the doctor and everything is good and everything is healthy, and then you speak to Dr. DeRose one day and he says the numbers aren't jiving?
Yeah, he was talking about. He's saying to me,
what were you there for?
Routine checkup.
Okay, so you went to a routine checkup
every 3 months.
Okay.
I would go. Every 3 months he would check the blood. He would check stuff because I'll take a blood test before I would go for the appointment.
Okay.
And
so every 3 months you did a checkup.
About every 3 months.
You hear that, people? Every 3 months, fellas. Every 3 months. Not every once a year. No. Not every 6 months. The older you get, the shorter the time between. Every 3 months. All right.
And he was saying to me, I was having, when you go, he give you EKG and they check the blood. Now he's reading off the results of the blood test I took maybe 3-4 weeks before this appointment. And he said, but the numbers don't add up. And I'm like, what the hell is he talking about? And the numbers just don't add up. So he says to me in his way, do me a favor. And I'm like, what? He said, I want to send you to this doctor say take biopsies. And I'm like, biopsy? He said, yeah, I could be wrong, but just in case. Now, he knew what he was talking about. I didn't know what he was talking about. He said, we go to this doctor. He said, I'm telling you to this specific doctor because he's going to take 12 biopsies. Say, most doctors take 3 or 5. He said, but this particular doctor is going to take 12. So I agreed, and he told me where the place was, and it was on 59th Street between Madison. I'm not sure whether it was Madison and 5th or was Madison and Park. It was in that area there. So I went there. It was an Indian doctor, nice guy. Took his biopsies, which I thought might hurt, but they didn't. And a month later, the Rose says to me, they found cancer. As my grandmother would say, the big C. Mm. And they found cancer. He said, but cancer is just starting, and it's a slow-moving cancer.
Question. You say he took 12 biopsies.
Yes.
How many samples did it take before they found the cancer?
He told me they found it in the last biopsy, on the 12th.
Okay, so
if I would have went to a different doctor, it only took 3 or 5, I might not have found out that I had cancer. So that was the Rose.
So, ladies and gentlemen, the importance of having a doctor that is going to advocate for you, who knows the medical field and knows to bring you to the best, is imperative. A lot of us are dealing with primary care doctors who do not do anything. They do the bare minimum and then they send us on our way and we accept it. We are no longer accepting it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, if your doctor is not doing more when you ask questions, if they're disregarding you when you tell them you feel things, that is not the doctor for you. We want the doctors who will listen to us and who will guide us to the place we need to go. That's crazy that the majority of doctors take 3 to 5, but it took the 12th sample for the cancer to be found.
Found it on the last one.
And that just brings me to how many times we hear a conversation where somebody thinks they're fine and then they end up with stage 4 cancer. And they're like, how did that happen? I've been going to the doctor. Like, this sounds like that's how sometimes those instances happen, because it's not a thorough check and a thorough review of the person's body. So I am grateful for Dr. DeRose for having that foresight to understand that perspective.
He was, I can't explain him. He was really something special. Special in my life, in my wife's life. I mean, he has helped both of us with cancer. And where other doctors that my wife had gone to, they wanted to have surgery and remove her breasts and all kind of stuff. And I asked her, after they told her all these things, I see her standing there crying, and I said, "Wait, V, let's go see the Rose." And we went to the Rose, and the Rose told her, "No, you're not going to have the operation." Just like that. No. He called the doctor that was going to do it and told the doctor it won't be no operation.
And we're grateful for that.
Yeah.
And we did, if anyone doesn't know, we did lose Dr. DeRose. So we send love and light in his memory of everything that he's already done for the Smith family. We are grateful for him.
Oh yeah, he's just.
So I want to bring you back to when you said he told you it was a slow moving cancer.
Mm-hmm.
So what happened after that?
Well, he said, I have a decision to make.
Mm-hmm.
He said they have a lot of treatments. You take chemo, they have this and they have that and this, that. He said to me, but if that stuff don't work, you got a big problem 8, 9 years from now. So I'm listening to him, and I don't know what really to do. So I asked him, "What you suggest?" He said, "I guarantee, if you cut it out, you won't have to worry about no cancer." That was my answer. I cut it out, and that happened 13 years ago.
Wow.
I didn't worry about no cancer. But I forgot I had cancer before making the decision. It was a couple of days. He said, "You have a couple of months because it's slow moving." And I really forgot that I had cancer. And then it dawned on me, "Stupid, you got cancer. You got to make a decision." And I decided to have the cancer removed.
And that's another thing. Do not procrastinate. Brother Smitty got caught up and said, "I got cancer, but I got time. Yes, it's slow moving. What's the rush?" Right? And sometimes men, people, but sometimes men more so, will move in that state of denial or procrastination because they just don't want to deal with what's the reality of the situation, right? So we just want to reiterate that procrastination should not be in your vocabulary when it comes to your health. If you feel something, say something. Look, the MTA say if you see something, say something. So that's how you should feel about your body, right? So we definitely are grateful that even though you forgot.
Hey, well, men get caught up in that macho thing. And I have a friend that he knew what was wrong with him, but he had found out that I had the operation and stuff. And he came to me and he asked me who did it. And I told him to go see DeRose. So he did. DeRose called me and said he knew what was wrong with him. In other words, this friend had already been told he had cancer in the prostate, but he ignored it. And he's not with us today. He died maybe 25 years ago.
Wow. Wow.
Where it was something he could have prevented probably if he'd have just listened to the doctor that told him what he had. But a lot of us get caught up in that macho thing. And
in that instance, this is like an extreme case of cancer, but how often our doctor tells us to change our diet and all these things, and we don't do it, and then we end up with some extreme illness. And it's like, well, if you would have took the preventative measures from the beginning, you wouldn't have to deal with what you're facing now. So even if you're not in a space of, having, as your grandma say, the big C, or you are not in a space of, diabetes or things like that, If your doctor is telling you to change your diet now, change the diet now. Like, don't wait until now you have to be on insulin to decide, now let me eat right because I have to, right? When we could have prevented these things. So that's just something I want to keep in mind for myself too, that we all just need to remember. Don't procrastinate. Find a doctor that advocates, and always make sure that you're going that extra distance for yourself, for real.
That ain't easy because all these doctors ain't on your side.
That's true. So, do you have any advice on when you're looking for a doctor, what you should look for, or how you can try to go about looking for a doctor?
It's hard to say because the Rose was different, and he spoiled us. He did things that most doctors are not going to do. Every time you went to his office, he gave you an EKG. Like he checked everything, and whatever he found, he sat down with you and he would go over everything point by point. Sometimes I have to tell the Rose, "Look, man, I gotta go. I can't stay here with you." But he explaining to me what he sees because he give you a sonogram. He check your arteries. This is once a year. He check everything in your body, and he sit down and he explained to you. Most doctors not gonna do that because they got 40 patients out there.
Mm-hmm.
When you go see the Rose, it was just you and him. When you were leaving, somebody else came in.
Yeah.
It was never sitting there with 2, 3 people. Sometime someone was going in before me, and somebody was coming out. But you ain't sitting there with no 15, 10 people. He didn't run his business that way.
So, did he ever put you on, like, right here? Like, that was a gym, if y'all didn't catch it, that if you ever have to go for a biopsy, go just automatically say hit the 12. Okay? That's something, if they don't give that as an option, that's an option now. Are there any other All right, y'all. We went to go pay the bills. We good? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Thank y'all for your patience. We are back. I was using my mobile hotspot, didn't recognize my phone was dying. So I appreciate y'all. But it was, there was a lie because he's about to give us some good information. I wanted a tip on some tests that we can ask about to a doctor that we may not know about off the rip. So he was about to tell me about
Tumor markers.
tumor markers. What are tumor markers?
Those were whatever he was adding up. When I said he knew what he was doing, and I didn't have a clue. What he was doing, he was counting the red blood cells and the red and white blood cells and platelets and whatever numbers they're supposed to be, they weren't coming out right. And he was suspicious that something was wrong. And that was what it was all about. That the fact that he was checking my blood and he saw that the cells, the platelet, the red blood cells and the white blood cells and the platelet weren't adding up. And that's what he told me. He said the numbers are not adding up.
So the tumor markers were part of your primary, like just your general checkup?
That's a normal thing.
Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, if your doctor is not doing tumor marker tests, that is something that y'all need to be asking your doctors about, okay? Ask about the tumor marker test.
And
Ask about the, go ahead.
And if you ask him about it, he's going to look at you like, huh?
All right.
Because he figure you don't know anything about it.
Okay, so tumor marker test. If you ever have to go for a biopsy, we're not in the single digits. We trying to go up to 12, okay? So these are important things. Thank you for that. I appreciate that. Do we have, because I was there was some people in the chat that was saying some things. Oh, that was Reverend Allen. He was referring to your Fidel Castro story. He said, "Oh, that's big. Good sense he didn't come."
You got that right.
Sister Nora said, "Happy Veterans Day, Smitty," from Nora and Richard. So we have your son and daughter-in-law showing their love to you. All right. And who else? I think we got, who we got? Sister Deborah, who says, "This is the true teaching, learning moment. I'm glad I tuned in tonight." That's what I'm talking about. That is what we want to do. We want to bring any type of awareness that we can. He was an excellent doctor. Sister Brenda Kelly was familiar with Dr. DeRose.
She knows DeRose.
And ladies and gentlemen, I want to take this second. If anybody has a good doctor and knows a good doctor, put the doctor's name in and put what their specialty is. Because maybe we could create a community where somebody finds a doctor they need. There's people that work in hospitals in this chat. There's people that deal with health issues and know who to go to in this chat. So please, if you could take a second, and if you have a good doctor or know a good doctor, put their name in the chat along with what type of practice they have. Okay? Thank y'all. We are enjoying this. You got, Sister Karen, Karen said, that's right. You have to ask for the tumor marker test. I have not heard about that. Now, is it a certain age that I should be asking? Should I be asking for this in my 40s?
I have no idea what the age at. All I know is that he was looking at the blood.
Oh, so it's a blood test. So any age. Okay, got it. All right. So did you have to do any chemo or anything after this?
Nope. Just like DeRose said.
Wow.
If you do what I say, you ain't got to worry about cancer.
Wow. Put some, I'm going to need for y'all real quick to put some hearts, some chats in the chat, some muscle arms, something.
He made it very clear that there are other options to this situation. But if they don't work, said 8, 9 years from now, you have a serious problem.
And another reminder, 8, 9 years from now, don't get it twisted that just because something is not affecting you now, that it can affect you later. Get the symptoms together while they're small, people. Please. We want to try to be here as long as we can and do all the things we can to have preventative. We don't want to have to deal with the problem. We want to cut the problem off before it happens, right? Okay. So how did you feel once you did the surgery?
I felt all right.
He's like,
I felt fine.
I forgot I had it.
No, I felt fine.
Were you able to be mobile? Did it restrict you in any way during the surgery? Were there any effects?
Only thing is that they pump your stomach up so they can, how they operate with mechanical now, and they put the holes in, and then so they had to fill my stomach with gas.
Okay.
And then that gas wouldn't come out. That gas.
Hey.
They tell you walk. Well, that gas be hurting.
Well, better gas than the big C. So we are happy that all's well, that ends well in this situation. So how did that make you appreciate life and make you view your health after that?
I enjoy life. Now, I enjoyed life before I met DeRose. DeRose just helped me live a longer life. DeRose was not just my doctor. DeRose was a friend. DeRose, I could tell you something most doctors won't. DeRose told me he tried to look out for me to make money. What doctor you know gonna tell you?
Can I tell people how he tried to look out for you and make money?
Sure.
Okay. So I will never let him live this story down. Dr. DeRose told him about a stock before the stock was popular. And he laughed in Dr. DeRose's face and
No,
said,
I didn't laugh at DeRose.
Well,
no, I didn't laugh at DeRose.
He said, no, thank you.
No.
You didn't do it?
Because I was stupid. Now, this is a point I'm getting ready to say here. When you hang out with broke people, you think broke. And by me association with someone who didn't have any money, I didn't realize that I had money. DeRose had told both of us that Viagra was coming out. Told us this 7 months before it came out. He even came back later and said it's going to come out in the spring. Ain't no doctor will tell you these things. But I was with my buddy, and he didn't have no money, and I didn't realize that I had money because I had accumulated money for my retirement, and I swore I wasn't going to touch it until I retired. So I never thought about bothering with that money. But I could have got that money like 3-4 days, any amount I wanted. I could have got $30,000, $40,000. But
scared money don't make money, okay? And you got to spend money to make money sometimes.
I'm running around trying to hit a number. So
he was running around trying to hit the lottery when somebody laid a stock in his lap. Okay, so what was the saying you said? When you hang around with broke people, you think broke. Is that what it was? When you hang around with broke people, you think broke.
You think broke.
So even if you broke, hang out with your broke friends, but get you some friends with money that can teach you how to handle money. Okay?
Look at me now.
Get you some people around you that will teach you how to handle money. That is interesting. So did you have, because when you told you had cancer, there's a lot of thoughts. People sometimes go to a dark place, or they think like, oh my goodness, is this it? Or whatever. So when you were free from any of those thoughts and were like, I'm cancer free, was life a little bit different for you? How you think? Like mine is Dr. DeRose, just for you.
Like I said, even after he told me this, I forgot that I had it.
Okay.
I'm living my life.
Yeah.
I'm not what he told me bothered me. And it took me maybe a month or so to say to myself, you got cancer. It's something you got to do.
Right.
I've always been that way. I'm going to live my life.
Okay.
I consider myself a very fortunate person. I've been places that I've never dreamt of being. You know,
Yeah.
so
And that's important though. I mean, like we're making light of it, like, because we don't want you to forget. But the message in there is that sometimes we are defeated by things that we can defeat. And so, or before we're even defeated. And so you understood that I'm not, I'm still here, regardless of what my, diagnosis was. I'm still here and I'm going to still enjoy life. I'm still going to live life. So that is a very important perspective that speaks to you keeping your mind strong and just being able to move forward and let nothing get you down in that sense.
and let me say this: when I tell other doctors, I have to see doctors now. Uh, the things that DeRose used to do, a lot of them feel that he was padding the bill, that because you got good insurance, that he's making you run all these tests and stuff like that. I'm paying for the insurance. This man is looking out for my health. He's sending me to take all these tests. If he thinks something is wrong, he's sending me to take a test. I'm paying this insurance anyway.
Paying the insurance anyway, y'all.
So anyway, whether I go to for a test or not, I'm paying the insurance. So,
Y'all paying for, and you know what? I needed to hear that because I am not taking full advantage of my insurance. And the way this going on, where they trying to increase the insurance, I need to be going to the doctor like I go to the grocery store at this point, okay? Because they really they doing a lot. But yes, I agree with that. I that's a word for me.
Well,
I need to take advantage of my.
He's just padding the bill. But look here, I'm paying for it anyway. Thank you for padding the bill.
So is there any, when you look back at everything, look back over, all the things you went through, is there any advice that you have for anybody or even especially men regarding healthcare?
Yeah, you need to find yourself a doctor. You need to find a doctor that is a good doctor. Not easy, I'll tell you that. That's not easy. Uh, You need a primary doctor. You need a primary doctor that's good, because the primary doctor who direct you to other doctors to take care of your needs. And that doctor, excuse me, your primary doctor, he got to have a good idea who he's sending you to. See, DeRose would say he's top in this field. He's number one in this field. This guy is the best. And he sent me to get I needed a hernia operation. He sent me to, I never forget, this doctor, and the doctor's name was Ernest. He had an Italian name, I can't think of it. It was a Japanese guy. This guy was Japanese. He had an Italian name. But he was number one in the field.
Okay. So make sure your primary doctor is in the mix.
Yeah.
Okay. He needs to know who's who in the business. We don't want no doctor that don't know what else is going on in his industry. Okay. Or she don't know what's going on in the industry.
Even with my wife, Vanessa, after these people wanted to remove her breasts and stuff, and he said no, and he said no, he's going to send me to someone, and you see what they say before you make up a decision. He sent her to another doctor. The doctor he sent her to was the number one doctor in breast cancer.
And no second opinion is not an option, y'all. There's so many people that skip the second opinion. Get the second opinion. And I want to thank y'all for taking heed to the call and adding people. So Cheryl put Dr. Bliok. He is a hematologist. She has even put his phone number in here. So ladies and gentlemen, if you are looking for a hematologist, please look at this number right here. These are doctors that are being referred to, people that know these doctors, people that go to these doctors, and we can create a community. I love this for us right now. We have Sister Denise, who has, who is this? Dr. Linnell Jerome. He is a dermatologist. She has also placed a phone number in the chat. All right. So anybody that needs to get the skin, maybe the different isn't working the way it needs to, holla at the dermatologist. We also have, I think I saw one more, Dr. Charlotte for allergist pediatric and adults. Oh, a lot of people are getting allergies older. Okay, y'all don't know y'all got allergies, and then all of a sudden at 35 something happens and you like, I didn't have this when I was younger. So please pay attention to that. And Sister Denise is working in the medical field, so I definitely appreciate you giving us these things. Absolutely. Second opinion. Second opinion. Second opinion. Everybody, please make sure you get a second opinion. All right. Now, Brother Smith, this is a question I ask everybody on my show because we've talked about a lot today. You know, we talked about 116th Street. We talked about the military. We talked about, 9 to 5, retiring, living your life, and prostate cancer. What is something you would tell your younger self? It was so funny. That was an inside joke with his younger self. We ain't gonna know that one.
What would I tell my younger self? I have to be honest. I would change a thing.
But is there some advice you would give your younger self? You're older now. Is there something?
Pay attention in school. Pay attention in school. I'm not dumb. Done a lot better if I paid attention. Sometimes you think you know everything and you don't. I cut classes. I realized I shouldn't. No,
yeah.
I could have fought for valedictorian.
Okay, come through, valedictorian.
But just.
I appreciate that. No, definitely pay attention to class.
That's for younger people. I don't know about people that's listening now, but that's really for younger people. Because when you're young, you really don't understand that this is your life. This can alter your life one way or another. How much you learn in school, even then, even when I was going to school, my mother had a big argument with the teachers because they wanted to give me a general education. She said, "No, you got to go to college. Can't get there like that." I didn't know because they weren't teaching me that, but she knew. School is really controlled. When I laugh when you said it, because I see a lot of friends that I went to school with years ago. I don't see now. But we all seem to end up doing the same thing. Security, police. So that education we was getting was really wasn't directing us to college, it was directing us so we could do these type of jobs, really. Because every time I meet friends, I met a friend I hadn't seen in, 15 years. He worked down the block from me doing the same thing I was doing.
Wow, that's crazy.
I met another one, he worked in Manhattan doing the same.
Well, listen, sir, regardless, like you said, you wouldn't change a thing because you've definitely made a great life, a great family for yourself. And, I appreciate you taking care of me as your stepdaughter. And I thank you for all that you've done for my family. And we are grateful that as a veteran, you have survived boot camp and you have overcome prostate cancer. And we thank you for joining us and sharing your story that was so inspiring to the people. Do you have anything you want to say to anybody watching, your friends, your family, or just anything?
To my sons, hello, how y'all doing? Hope everyone's all right. If not, give me a call.
Mind you, when we started this, he said, "How long is it going to be?" I said, the average show is about 45 minutes. You ain't got nobody else on this show. 15 minutes is all you need. The man, once he started talking, was going. And that's what I told him. What happens when you sit and talk with J.L. Diamond?
My real concern is she's not paying. She's paying.
Yeah. We are paying in knowledge. Didn't you just say that people need wisdom and knowledge? There we go. But ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining this special episode of Spirit of a Woman presents Spirit of a Man. And let me know what you guys think. Did you guys enjoy it? Do you guys want to see more conversations with men on important conversations from their perspective? And if you are a woman that would be interested in telling your story as well, please reach out to me. As y'all know, y'all can catch me on social media. I am JL Diamond on Instagram and Facebook. And you can go to my website, design2create.org, where I have my merch, where I have my books, where I have my music. And it's just a good old time of creative content over there when you get a chance to check it out. I appreciate everyone who joined and who gave the answer for pay up, not to pay up, Lisa. See, y'all running amok. Y'all running amok in the palace. Y'all running amok in the palace. But no, thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, and next month I have a great guest coming up, and some of you know her from behind the scenes, but just don't know her face. And that is someone who is actually near and dear in the community for my church. And that is the CEO and founder of the Campaign Against Hunger. So stay tuned for December, where I will be having a woman who made a food pantry organization from the bottom up. All right. So stay tuned. Follow me on social media. JL Spirit of a Woman. I am JL Diamond. YouTube, Facebook, Instagram. I'm there. And definitely check the website. So next time, peace.